WeirDo, WeirDo 16, tasty weird. Chapter 1. I love making people laugh, and luckily I'm pretty good at it. Dad reckons I could make a statue giggle. Hee 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 hee. I'm not the smartest kid. Easy, the answer is 97.9 million. She is. Or the biggest kid, he is. Or the fastest kids, she is. Or the best looking, I am. But some people think I'm the funniest. My new dog's a magician. He's a Labrador. And today I made everyone in the class laugh so hard that Mr. Harris, our principal, came running down the hallway to see what was going on. What is it? Miss Franklin was on the floor laughing. It's WeirDo, she said, pointing to me, being between giggles. Look, you can call me Miss Franklin. Thank you very much. Even Mr. Harris fell on the floor laughing. Just as I was imagining myself being given the funniest kid in school trophy, the new girl arrived. Now, class, said Miss Franklin, I have someone here I'd like you all to meet. It's our new classmate, Sue. We looked over at the doorway. Sue, said Miss Franklin, are you there? Oh, hi everyone. Sorry, Miss Sue, said sorry, Miss, said Sue. Sue said, I dropped something in the hallway. Sue fumbled with some stuff in her arms. This, she said, is the king of the pencil case. All hail the mighty ruler. Miss Franklin giggled. Okay, you can take a seat, Sue, she said. And with that, Sue walked up to an empty chair, but instead of sitting on it, she picked it up. And carried it right out the door. Sue, Miss Franklin called, where are you going? Oh, sorry, said Sue, reappearing in the doorway. I thought you told me to take a seat. The whole class cracked up. Ha, 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 ha. Even the pigeons outside were laughing. The new kid cracks me up. The new girl was so funny. At least I still had the funniest name. Nothing could top being WeirDo. So, as I was saying, said Miss Franklin, this is Sue. Super funny. Super funny? Super funny. I spoke too soon. Something could top WeirDo. Super Funny sat her chair down next to Bella, and the two of them started chatting and giggling. It looked like she was funny and nice. I have some really exciting news to share, said Miss Franklin. Miss Franklin unrolled a big poster and held it up. That's right, said Miss Franklin. We're having a cooking competition. A cooking competition? How cool! Henry's arms shot up. Miss, he said, what do we have to cook? You can cook absolutely anything, said Miss Franklin. That's what it's all about. Ooh, said Handsome, maybe I could cook my dad's famous garlic snails. Snails, said Super Funny. I prefer fast food. Ha 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 ha. The winner, said Miss Franklin, will represent the class at the district finals. And the winner of the district finals wins something very cool indeed. We sat on the edge of our seats waiting for our teacher to tell us the prize. They'll win, she said, a trip to Queen Bubblegum's lolly factory. Queen Bubblegum's lolly factory? What? That was the coolest prize in the whole wide world. Maybe the best prize in the universe. Queen Bubblegum's candy is out of this world. I couldn't think of anything more amazing than being able to go inside the factory to see all the yumminess being made. Queen Bubblegum's the best, said Bella. I love her. Me too. Me three. And, said Miss Franklin, that's not all. What? There's more? They'll also win a lifetime supply of candy. Imagine what you could do with a lifetime supply of candy. You could build your whole house out of it. We'd have caramel fudge tiles, test there. A marshmallow couch. I'm never leaving this couch. We could even ride to school on a licorice bike, as long as we didn't eat the handlebars. Oh, no regrets. Even our school books could be made of sweets. So I suppose the dog ate your homework. No, miss, I did. Everyone wanted to win this one badly. Chapter 2. We split into teams of 2 for the big cooking competition. Bella and the new girl Super Funny teamed up. I paired up with Henry. Let's do this. Most of the kids from school were cooking sweet stuff, but my dad was going to teach us how to make his yummy rice paper rolls. Dad was a kitchen whiz. His rice paper rolls were super tasty and super healthy. We prepared the prawns, pork, lettuce, noodles and mince so that all of it was ready to go into the rice paper. Now we just had to pack them and roll them. It's easy, said Dad. You just add a bit of this and a bit of this, a slice of this and a sprinkle of that. Henry and I quickly copied what Dad was doing. Then, said Dad, you're ready for the best part, the tuck and roll. With a few swift moments, he was done. Ta-da! Again, Henry and I copied what Dad had done. Pack here, a tuck here, then a roll here. Rice paper explosion, anyone? I think I tucked when I should have rolled and rolled when I should have tucked. Dad made it look so easy, but it wasn't easy at all. Luckily, if we dropped anything, Fido and Blockhead were there to clean up for us. Who needs a vacuum cleaner when you have pets? We wrapped and wrapped, not this kind of wrapping, and wrapped until we got it right. You might as well keep going, said Dad, while you're on a roll. So Henry and I kept at it until we both made 10 perfect rolls. In the end, we'd both become so good at wrapping that I reckon we could have worked at the North Pole, and Christmas was saved thanks to our champion wrappers. After we perfected our 10 rolls, we made a super yummy fish sauce to dip them in. Yum! Munch, munch. I think we could be on to a winner, I said to Henry and Dad. Me too, they said with mouthfuls of food. Queen Bubblegum's lolly factory, here we come. Chapter 3. School smelled amazing on the day of the cook-off. Everywhere I turned, there was something that looked and smelled totally delicious. Me want food. Drool. We all took our places in the hall and sat our dishes in front of us. We waited nervously for the judges, Miss Franklin and Mr. Harris to come around and taste what we'd made. Toby and Claire were up first. They had made these crazy cool chocolate lava cakes that actually looked like tiny volcanoes. Can you handle the heat? Then they even oozed the raspberry sauce like lava. But it turned out Toby and Claire had accidentally used salt instead of sugar. Bleh. Wendy and Mullet made chocolate-dipped triple choc chip cookies. 3 times the sugar, 3 times the fun. It looked like Miss Franklin and Mr. Harris had to bite down really hard on those cookies. Crack! Turned out their cookies were more like rock cakes. In fact, I think I heard some teeth shatter. Ouch! Handsome and Blake Green were up next. Their dish looked very fancy. Presenting, said Hans with a flourish, our blue cheese ravioli. As soon as Blake lifted the dish cover, Mr. Harris and Miss Franklin reeled back like they'd just sniffed a stink bug. You think I smell bad? You should smell my dad's socks. Said Mr. Harris, poking the dish with a fork. It smells a bit like a mouldy old shoe. Thank you. I ate the cheese myself. Mr. Harris and Miss Franklin both took a bite. The cheese might have been blue, but the judges looked a little green. After some caramel-filled cupcakes, rainbow fairy floss, toffee fudge slice and chocolate-covered marshmallows, the judges arrived at our table. Any sugar in this? Miss Franklin asked in a whisper. She looked very relieved when I shook my head to say no. These are our rock and rice paper rolls, said Henry, with a super yummy dipping sauce, I added. The judges each picked up a roll, dipped it and took a bite. But they didn't stop at just one bite. They kept going and going until they gobbled their entire rolls. Lick. Wow, that was delicious, said Miss Franklin. Absolutely yummo, said Mr. Harris. Do you think I could get a couple to take away? The judges loved our food. We were so close to victory, we could smell it. Bella and Sue had the last dish of the day. They had made an omelette with mushrooms, capsicum and cheese. You must be exhausted from all the taste testing, said Sue, but I hope you're still excited to try our excellent omelette. Here you go. Bella and Sue giggled as they handed small plates to Mr. Harris and Miss Franklin. Said both of the judges. It looked like the omelette was a hit. Thank you, they said before stepping away to decide a winner. Sorry for cracking so many egg jokes, Sue called out. While we waited for their decisions, Henry and I took some of our rolls over to Bella and Sue. They gobbled our rock and rice paper rolls, and we gobbled some of their excellent omelette. Wow, this is tasty. Maybe they'd win the cook-off. Chapter 4. The judges finally returned. "Thank you, everyone," said Mr. Harris, "for a scrumptious morning." "There were actually 2 standout dishes," said Miss Franklin. "And they were both so good, both so tasty," she said, "that we have not been able to pick one winner." "What?" "That's right," said Mr. Harris. "We've chosen 2 teams as the winners, and to decide who will move on to represent us at the district finals. They will need to play off in a game of scissors, paper, rock. Scissors, paper, rock would decide who moved to the district finals." "That was bananas." "Those teams," said Miss Franklin, both came up with dishes that were delicious and nutritious. They are Bella and Sue and Weir and Henry. "It was us. Scissors, paper, rock and roll." We quickly warmed up our hands and prepared for the battle. Bella and I were up first. Scissors, paper, rock. A draw. Now it was Henry and Sue's turn. Scissors, paper, rock. Another draw. So Bella and I had another go. Scissors, paper, rock. Another draw. We kept making the exact same moves. How long could this possibly go on? A really long time. Some kids had fallen asleep waiting for us to find a winner. Even the judges had fallen asleep. This scissors, paper, rock battle was exhausting. Enough already. We just want to be friends. Just as I was about to call it quits, my hands were so tired I noticed some tiny writing on the cook-off poster. "Look!" I shouted, grabbing the poster and waking everyone up. "It says teams of 2 to 4 can compete in the district finals. Miss Franklin, can the 4 of us join up to make a new team?" "You sure can," she said. "Anything to end this scissors, rock, paper madness." Chapter 5. School was super funny with Super Funny around. Sue had a joke for everything. If I had 1 watermelon, 2 apples, 10 grapes, and 4 strawberries. "I know, you'd have a fruit salad." "Okay," Miss Franklin laughed. "How about an easier one? If I had 4 oranges in one hand and 5 apples in the other hand, you'd have very big hands," said Sue. "Miss Franklin, would I get in trouble for doing something I didn't do?" "Of course not." "Phew, because I didn't do my homework." "What do you get when you cross a teacher with a vampire?" A lot of blood tests, and it was lots of fun to joke back. Why Why don't they allow school tests at the zoo? I don't know. Why? Too many cheaters. Knock knock. Who's there? Gladys. Gladys who? Gladys the weekend. On the weekend, Henry, Bella and Sue all came over so we could work on our dishes for the district finals cook-off. It was time to cook. We came up with a couple of great ideas. Well, we thought they were great ideas. The first was a mega mud cake, but ours turned out like this. Mud cake, more like a mud slide. Yum. We tried a chocolate pudding in next. It was meant to look like this. I don't know what went wrong, but it did not go to plan. Help! What were we going to do? We had to come up with one dish that could win us the Queen Bubblegum Prize. We had to win. We were busting to see the factory, and we'd all been dreaming of that lifetime supply of candy. Why are you kids making dessert sad? Why are you kids making desserts? Said Dad. Food doesn't need to taste sweet to be delicious. The rice paper rolls and omelette were what won you the school competition. That's it, I said Sue. Why don't we add the omelette to the rice paper rolls? Yes, said Bella. Perfect, said Henry. Cool. Let's slice it up and add it to filling, I said. Excellent thinking, Sue. I'm not just a funny face. Henry and I worked on the rolls while Bella and Sue worked on the omelette. Meanwhile, Dad kept popping in to see if we needed any help. Need any tips? He asked. Need me to taste anything? Dad picked up the pan from the stove. Watch how a master flips an omelette. He picked up the pan and shook the omelette. Then he flipped it up. Splat. Oops, he said. The omelette was stuck to the ceiling. Not exactly what I had planned. Dad's flip turned out to be a flop. Finally, when everything was ready, Bella and Sue added omelette slice to our rolls, and Henry and I wrapped them up. Then there was nothing else to do but eat them. They were amazing, the best rice paper rolls we'd ever tasted. Gobble, 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 gobble. It was a party in my mouth. Yum, yum, yum. Was it enough to win the district finals? We'd soon find out. The day of the competition was finally here. There was only one judge, and she was slowly making her way around the hall, nibbling her and munching there. We couldn't tell if we couldn't tell if she'd liked each dish or not. She wasn't giving anything away. The dishes looked incredible. We'd never seen anything like them. There were desserts with names I couldn't even say, like Krokumblacha. There was another dish that was like a big egg that the judge had to crack open with a spoon. It spilled open with the candy of a piñata. There was even one dish that a kid lit on fire. Get it while it's hot. The four of us really wanted to win this competition, but were our rolls good enough? We're next. Greetings, said the judge, and the four of us gulped. Hello, Your Honour, blurted out Henry. Sue elbowed him in the ribs. Well, she is a judge. We didn't have any fancy instructions for her. She just needed to pick up a roll, dip it in the sauce, and eat it, which is exactly what she did. All four of us stood there staring at her as she chewed. Did she like it? Was it any good? I couldn't tell. Once she'd finished, all she said was, "Thank you." Then she moved on to the next team. What do you think? Did she like it? I asked my team. Impossible to tell, said Bella. I swear she winked at us, said Sue. At least she didn't spit it out. When the judge had finally made her way around to taste all the contestants' dishes, she stepped up to a podium. She suddenly leaned forward and pulled her big hat off. It was Queen Bubblegum. Bubble kisses, everyone, she said. That's right. I've been here all along tasting your food, and what yummy food it has been. Bella, Henry, Sue, and I started jumping on the spot. We couldn't believe it was Queen Bubblegum. Everything was so amazing, she said, that I actually have 3 winning dishes. That's right, 3. The crowd oohed and ahed. And those dishes are the chocolate gooseberry ice cream layer cake, she said, the ooey gooey custard fudge pie, and the excellent rock and rice paper rolls. Yes, we did it. She loved our rolls. I've decided, said Queen Bubblegum, that these 3 teams and their classes are all welcome to come and visit me at my factory. Chapter 6. Our whole class had just arrived at Queen Bubblegum's lolly factory. Whoa! It was the most amazing place. Every single thing was something sweet you could eat. Hey, look! The leaves on this tree are made of jelly, cried out Blake. And this pebbly path is made of rock candy, said Toby Hogan. Then, out of nowhere, Queen Bubblegum appeared. Welcome to the home of the sweetest candy in the whole wide world. Everyone cheered, even the teachers. She was so cool. When she finally stopped bouncing, we began the tour. We all followed Queen Bubblegum and the amazing smells through the factory. She showed us where the chocolate bars and lollipops were made. And she let us taste them all. Don't forget, she said, you don't need to eat everything at once. It's hard not to. Next, we toured the bubblegum testing room. Try it. We have to make sure all of our gum has good pop. I bet I know how the testers get to the factory, said Sue. They catch the choo-choo train. In between popping bubble gums, one of the testers looked over and said, "You think this is cool? Just wait till you ride the chocolate slide." The chocolate slide, that sounded so awesome. My entire class was buzzing with excitement. What do bees chew? Bubblegum. And here we have my famous fudge fountain, said Queen Bubblegum. Everyone take a cup and fill up. Cheers! We lined up and collected cups full of the liquid fudge and guzzled it down. Keep up, said Queen Bubblegum, and she led us to the most amazing room I'd ever seen. It was a room of wall-to-wall candy. This, said Queen Bubblegum, is my ultimate chocolate wish machine. She explained that you just press the button for whichever candies and flavours you wanted in your perfect chocolate bar. Milk chocolate, dark chocolate, white chocolate, caramel, toffee, nuts, strawberry fudge. And in moments, your creation would pop out. WeirDo bar. Wow, ooh, yum. This place was a dream come true. We also have the fantasy ice cream maker over here, said Queen Bubblegum. It was a machine that made your perfect ice cream sundae. Wow! And if you want sprinkles, said Queen Bubblegum, just pop into the sprinkle room. The sprinkle room was a room that rained sprinkles all day. This is my kind of weather. After we deserved our candies, lollipops, liquid, fudge, chocolate bars and ice cream sundaes, we were all starting to slow down a bit. Maybe I ate too much. I'm so full of sweets, I feel like a human piñata. And that was when Queen Bubblegum announced that we'd reached the end of the factory tour. There's just one more thing I need you to see, she said. All of a sudden, we could hear something like gushing water. Only it wasn't gushing water, it was gushing chocolate. Presenting the chocolate slide ride. Jump in a bubble and go for a ride, she added as she pressed a button and a huge bubble appeared. It's the only way out. With that, she hopped into the bubble and disappeared down the chocolate slide. Whee! Let's do it, said Henry, pressing the button and jumping in the next bubble. Bye. Come on, said Bella. Let's go. Bella and Sue both jumped into bubbles and off they rolled. If it's the only way down, then I guess I'm up. Next, I said. Whoa! We'd have the time of our lives at the lolly factory. We'd eaten so many delicious treats and then ridden the coolest chocolate slide in history. That was one sweet ride. Splash! Chapter 7. A week after our trip to Queen Bubblegum's factory, things had started to settle down. Or so we thought. It looked like our lifetime supply of candy was being delivered in one go. Delivery for WeirDo and friends, said the driver. The first year's supply of candy, courtesy of Queen Bubblegum. Enjoy. With that, his truck tipped a mountain of lollies onto our front lawn. Whoosh! All the kids from the neighbourhood came running. I think they could smell the candy. Super Funny came up to me, Bella and Henry, as we gathered by the massive pile of lollies. What a way to start a new school, she said. A trip to Queen Bubblegum's factory and a lifetime supply of candy. I love this place. We aim to please, said Bella. And if you know any monkeys, I said, we've even got some of their favourite treats. What's that? Said Sue. Chocolate chimp cookies. Thanks for watching my video, and more's coming soon. So see you next time, guys.